My conversation with my therapist, actual therapist, about him, and my brother, Jan, and the others, and what happened. I didn't record all of it because I didn't want to because I was listening. If my brother, Jan, and the others see this, this is the real truth about you guys and my relationships with all of you.
That has taken place, what people observed, from what you observed as well, that right there is crossing a major boundary within itself. Because, that leads us to see that he had a major impact on you.
Yeah.
However, you reclaim that power already.
Mm-hmm.
And he's no longer controlling the narrative. You absolutely are.
Mm-hmm. And it did felt like it was really it felt like Antonio's hands were over my body, and it really affected my body image and to my gender identity, because it just really felt like he was right there touching me everywhere, and it was really so much that I didn't even tell my VRchat friends, including my brother Jan.
Yeah. And when you mentioned not even telling them, do you feel as if maybe they wouldn't have understood, or was it just an attempt at trying to navigate throughout that stress during that time?
It felt like I really was scared to tell them, that I felt like they were gonna all get mad because I didn't tell them, and I felt like they wouldn't believe me fully, because I just really felt a lot of anxiety when Antonio was around, because he actually was full manipulating me, and I was really silenced because I couldn't even speak out. Instead, I just spoke normally, but I just really couldn't speak out.
Yeah. Which goes to bring us back to being gentle with you. There was really a lot of activity that was happening,
Mm-hmm.
and ways to just even tackle and process that. Take a step back and drop anything and everything impossible. Well, definitely not everyone,
Mm-hmm.
because the family would have something to say, but just anything or anyone that's very triggered, just until we feel aligned within ourselves and everything and everyone else that we would like to align with.
Mm. But still, Antonio still affected my mental health state, and I had really bad anxiety. And at the time when he was still manipulating me and all the other stuff, the drama, conflicts, and other stuff, it was during October when I did my first harm. I actually said, I think Antonio didn't want me feel anything, because I'm just being honest, in my opinion, it felt like he wanted me to do it because I really did miss my girlfriend, and I felt like he didn't support my relationship fully.
Yeah. And when it comes with that, that right there, that was you checking in with self, hey, I don't want him to ruin anything or things go about a certain way. But, if I'm moving forward, I definitely do hope that even if it's, blocking things like that, that is a way to protect your mental health. And because from the sounds of it, we're still processing all that, and that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But which I encourage, when these thoughts or feelings happen, ask yourself, what's taking them? So, what's happening, you can log on to that website and,
Yeah.
really just give yourself an outlet instead.
Yeah. I even told my girlfriend about Antonio's behavior with Jude and my girlfriend Sydney about it, because I felt like I was like, okay, I need to tell them because they need to know what is going on Discord and what is going on in VRchat. Because I want my girlfriend to know that Antonio was doing something to me, towards my mental health, towards Jan, the others, and also like my community, and the way he was like acting towards me. Like, it felt like he was like doing too much at all at once, like trying to like speak out and like making excuses that one of my friends were doing something towards him that at this day I still regretted of believing, but I'm just trying to like move on.
Yeah, but even with that though, why regret things that we believed? Because keep in mind, Artie, you mentioned an ex-friend, a former friend. And when we hear that, lets us know that although we are no longer friends, at some point you trusted, their word.
Yeah.
And so sorry, I was going to say if someone's...
You're okay.
Yeah, if someone's doing all this, of course, as a friend, we're going to step in to support them. Mm-hmm. However, that just lets us know, like, hey, that's Artie's personality.
Yeah.
She's someone of integrity. She's someone of, I want to support my friends, especially when I'm doing things that's bothering them. Uh-huh. And it's unfortunate that this individual is making false accusations and lying about things. And I say that and break it down like that because this is when we then practice forgiving ourselves. But is it truly forgiving ourselves, or like, hey, at the time we were friends, and of course I'm going to look out and support my friend?
I would possibly say like I wanted to support one of my friends instead of Antonio's.
Yeah.
And every time like I was like, I'm trying to remember. I was like really shy at the time, and now since I'm like more serious a little bit to my friends and sometimes a little bit soft a little bit, at the time I couldn't even sleep really well because Antonio was like it felt like weight on me, like, because one time when I got off of group therapy, he literally texted me that one of my friends were like making threats at him, and I'm like, who? Like, and then he just said the names and said, can you remove them please, because they're threatening me. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then he said, once they join you, please yell at them. And I'm like, no, I'm not yelling at no one. Like, I hate yelling. I don't yell. I'm morally like a mellow person. And then he asked me if I was going to get on VR. And I told him, no, I'm going out with my mom. And then the next day, he did a check-in on me. And I said, I'm grumpy and mad, like, for no reason. And then he said, Artie, you need to see my post. And I'm like, I already saw it already.
Right. And when it comes to that, definitely someone who's crying out for attention. And this is when we continue to just remember, we're locking in with our boundaries, we're locking in with our current needs, hey, I can't, I'm with mom, or I'm doing whatever the case may be, and that's that.
Yeah.
And those green flag individuals would be able to respect and honor that. Even the outcome was not what they wanted, but that goes to show that not everyone has, great intentions, or may not even be prepared to even, someone we consider a friend.
Yeah, like, like, for example, my VRchat brother Jan, he's my green flag, and I gave him all my trust, and he got the trust. But when I was with Antonio, he didn't. I gave all my trust, and instead he just used all that trust to like control me.
Yeah. And what that causes is someone who takes advantage, and that's definitely not okay. And so you creating that space between you two, it's definitely a step towards not only claiming your power, but being able to just welcome and maintain healthier and relieving friendships and just different types of relationships, considering everything that's going on at the moment.
At the time,
No, you're good.
At the time when when we broke up our friendship, I told him if your anger issues are out of control, go to therapy or go to angry management classes.
Yes.
Like, and when he was like saying like he turned the tables and he said his anger issues are triggered by Caden and Hyper, and I'm like, no, they did not tell me that. You're trying to like spread lies at my face that I'm not, and excuses that you're making. Like say the truth instead of making excuses.
Yeah. And I will say this, many people, they won't be able to because they either refuse or because mentally they're just not there.
Yeah, like, personally, like, he literally was in my face all the time. That at that point, I literally had to like take a break from VRchat and kind of from Discord. It's only because I wanted to spend more time with Jan and the others instead of Antonio, since like I trust Jan a lot and the others too, because I just love them. Like, they're very supportive. Sometimes we be funny and sometimes we become a little bit silly and the other stuff.
Yeah, but they sound like they're solid nonetheless, There's moments where everyone's serious, there's moments where everyone's able to joke and play around. And that's what we call a healthy balance,
Yeah,
those
like
friendships
like a healthy friendship.
Exactly, and that just lets us know that the other one was not showing us that or even displaying that, and we did what was necessary for us.
And not showing the respect I needed and the boundaries and how he crossed those boundaries and how he like damaged my mental health state, it kind of to my reputation a little bit.
Yeah, which is a lot to take in, but, day by day, week by week, we process. You take the time for self, and the more you continue to pour into you and your other relationships, you're going to be able to find yourself one day experiencing that relief. Saying like, hey, although this person has significantly affected my mental health, right now I'm okay because I've done the work, I've processed them in our situations, and now I'm in a better place. So it's all about building upon that and working through it, which I strongly do believe that you are more than capable of doing so.
Yeah. Like, I haven't told the others that I really love them really much because I felt like they were the only people that would support me through my struggles at the time.
Yeah.
And they will always like be there, and every time when I need them, I'll be like, hey guys, I need y'all to like come over. I need y'all to be in this world right now because there's like way too much mayhem going on.
Absolutely, and that lets us know we're able to communicate our needs, and those needs show up in the form of those support systems. So, and what I want us to do is definitely continue this conversation, you know, because there's a lot that has taken place that has impacted you, and really just want us to be able to continue to make sure that you could continue on with, you know, reclaiming that power, that energy, and being able to really process this individual. So next week, we'll pick back up and take it from there, okay?
All right.
That is for you, Artie. It was a pleasure, and have a good dinner, okay?
All right. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
She knows you heard her staging music.